What's good, YouTube? It's the Base God in Yu-Gi-Oh! Here on TeamBlackRainbow's channel, giving you guys the deck profile of the Vayu Turbo that I promised a while back. There's really nothing changed from the thing, except that I realized that I never added Stardust Dragon to my extra deck, so I did that right now. So now I have a complete 14 card extra deck, and I even, added in some cards that I could possibly side in against the meta. So yeah, onto the deck profile. I played triple Vayu, triple Sirocco. It's pretty standard, considering that you want to pump out level 6s and beat sticks as of right now. 2 Grepher and 2 Armageddon Knights, just because Armageddon Knight by itself is pretty good, and Dark Grepher with another dark monster is even better. But yeah, I don't want to run like 3 in 1 or like just 1 each, because these are Rota targets, so they're easily searchable, and they combo really well with like the Vayus and Siroccos and other dark type things you want in the grave, like the Necrogardenas and the Plague. I also ran double Card Trooper. This works really well with Plague Spreader. So say you can like summon Card Trooper, and then say you have Plague in the graveyard and you have like a Vayu or Necro in hand. You can top deck the Necrogardener for Plague Spreader, and then just mill 3 or mill 1 or mill 2 or however many you want, and then boom, you'll have that card in the graveyard. So that's really good, and it's a 1900 beat stick to get over like Sabersaurus Vanilla or like Thunder King Ryo, whatever. But yeah, it's really good. Plus you can draw one once it's short and sent to the graveyard. I also played a Lightsworn engine, so I played triple Lila and triple Raikou, and also 1 Jane. The reasoning why I did this is because if Chaos Dragons can do it so well, I thought, maybe another deck can do it. So I chose the triple Lila and the triple Raikou and the Jane, just because these are basically your MSTs. Like, pretty much the reason why Chaos Dragons do it too. And also I ran the 1 Jane because if you use these already, and like you have like a Rhoda in hand and you have a recharge, you can Rhoda for this, and then you could solar recharge. Also, it's like if it attacks a monster, it's a 2100 beat stick. So yeah, I play the double Necrogardener and the Plague Spreader just because it combos well. Also, I mean, 2 attacks that can be like pretty much a difference maker in a game. So if you are able to negate those attacks, that can completely change the momentum of the game. And then the Plague Spreader allows you to go into like level 5s, 6s, 7s if you want, and even like 8s with the Armed Wings. And then the Gores, Dark Arm, and double Chaos Sorcerer, just because I feel like, look, you have like 7 lights and then the bunch are pretty much darks, except for the Card Trooper. So if you are able to use those, it really works. And it also combos with the Burial and the Return. So like say you special summon this properly and it dies, and then you remove it, and then you return, you can use its effect again because it was properly special summoned, and you can special summon it. And then the BLS, because BLS is good, especially in this type of deck because it's Twilight, lightweight. But yeah, I also played, for the spells, I played triple Recharge and the Charge. As for the draw and milling factor for it, I also played 1 Rhoda to search out your Greffers, Armageddon Knights, the Jane, or even the Necrogardenas. So, say you already have Greffer like on the field and it's like survived, and you top deck Rhoda. You can Rhoda into Necrogardener, deck then, and then you can pitch Necrogardener for Dark Greffer's effect, and pitch like another thing like the Plague Spreader or Vayus. So it's really good. I play 1 Burial because when you like remove the Vayus and like the Necrogardenas and all that, you can reuse them over and over again, and it's really good if like you can just send back the 3 Vayus, because then you'll have like spamming these cards pretty much. Play 1 Allure because you play a lot of darks, 1 Heavy because back row, something we don't like, 1 Dark Hole, and 1 Reborn. And for traps, I played 2 Icarus attacks and 1 Return from the Different Dimension. I was thinking about taking these out, but there was a game where I think you guys saw me play it. There's one like the guy special summoned a Battle Fader, and then he changed to attack mode, and then he tried future swapping, but then I had the Icarus attack, so then I could destroy like my other monster and that, so then he couldn't really attack per game that turn, and the return is just too good. So, honestly, that's it. But if you have to know when to use it. You can't just like use it to block an attack, because they know that all of them get removed if they don't get destroyed. And also, if somehow these were like the monsters that you special summoned off this would get sent to the graveyard, they get sent to the graveyard. They don't get removed from play. So yeah, it says during the end phase, remove from play all monsters that were special summoned by this effect. That only counts the monsters on field. So if they're in the graveyard, you're not gonna remove those anymore. So onto the extra deck, you play double Armed Wing, double Armor Master, and one Silver Wind. Just because like I think 3 would be too much, and plus you need more room for your other synchros, because these synchros alone will not help you win games. I'm just being honest, but yeah. Also, I play Catastor, Brio, Black Rose, and then a bunch of level 8s, because you can make them with the Plague Spreader. So, one Dark End, one Scrap Dragon, one Thought Ruler, and one Stardust. Stardust, I guess, like sometimes if I don't know what to do, I forgot that I didn't even have Stardust, so I just like put out a Thought Ruler. But yeah, now Stardust would just be a good one if you want to just like synchro for level 8. And for Exceeds, I ran one Zen Mains, one Utopia, and one Strike Bouncer. The Zen Mains, it can be more or less for the side deck, because you side deck triple Snowman Eater, but also you have the Card Troopers and the Negrogardenas. So like say you just set the Negrogarden, they did pass, you could like summon the next Negrogarden and then flip it, and then bam, you have a 2100 like wall. And like it's really good. Utopia is Utopia. I was actually thinking about putting a Blade Armor Ninja in here, because pretty much your rank 4s, like 5 out of 8 of them are pretty much warriors. But then sometimes you won't have it, and then I don't know, it's up to you honestly, it's player preference, but I chose not to, and I just chose Utopia because Utopia's effect is much better. And it could, you know, be used with any rank 4 or level 4s. And then the Photon Strike Bouncer, this card's really good, because this deck can special summon level 6 like crazy, like the 2 Chaos Sorcerers, and then when you Vayu Turbo, or like when you Vayu Summon. And also you have the Plague plus a bunch of level 4s with the Brionac. So yeah, it's really good. I think I brought it out a couple of times, like in the Sidekicks video. And then for some side deck options, you could run Triple Veiler, because this deck does have such a great matchup against Inzectors. Triple Snowman Eater for the Dino Rabbit and Hero matchup. Like, Snowman Eater isn't only for the Dino Rabbit, it's also for like anti-meta, heroes, and all that goodness. Also, Double DD Crow for the Inzector matchup. Also against like wind-ups, like if they try to get the loop going and you draw into this first turn or something. It's just really good against like Frog Monarchs too. Double MST, because you don't main deck any, and MST would seem like a good choice when trying to like destroy a certain card. Like if they activate like Macrocosmos or D-Fisher, MST it. And Double Decree, because chain burns everywhere, and plus you don't even play any like that much amount of traps. So if you were to go against like heroes, TGs, Dino Rabbit, anything that has a lot of traps or a lot of back row, side Decree, because really you don't really need these cards. And if you do, you can just take out the Icarus attacks for the decrees, and when you need this card, it will work. But yeah, that's my deck profile for the Vayu Turbo. I started playing another deck after this, because I felt like trying to make the deck would be kind of hard, just because like the Greffers and like getting all like the synchros, even though like they're rares, I like the highest rarity, and the Strike Bouncer. But yeah, I'm playing a new deck. It's like a Chaos XYZ deck. I might be posting up some duels with it after, like eventually I will. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the Vayu Sworn Vayu Turbo deck profile, and catch you guys later. Base God and you, and I'm out. Bye.